What's going on YouTube? Jamie the Kid 00 here, and welcome back to my first deck profile in quite a while. Today I'm going to be bringing you something a bit different from the usual Dino Rabbit and Inzektor stuff that I just churn out mindlessly week after week. Today, as you'll see in the title, I'm bringing you another budget deck. I'm bringing you my Spirit Control deck. This is something I've been playing on Dueling Network for quite a few months, but I never actually got around to building, and then when I saw the list of Battle Pack stuff, and the amount of stuff we pulled from our Battle Pack boxes, one of which I have yet to upload, so I'll get around to doing that. I kind of had basically everything I needed to build a deck, so I figured, why not? Let's get building. So this is going to be a lot of low rarity stuff. A lot of these are doubles, so a lot of these aren't the hollow staples that you will find in my main deck. So, yeah, don't be surprised. Otherwise, I'm just going to get straight into it and explain some of the choices. I sincerely suggest that you actually test this deck out on Dueling Network before you criticize it, because it's actually really quite cool. Either way, to start off with, we play Two-Dimensional Alchemist. This deck banishes quite a lot, so this card really comes into its own, and it runs basically half monsters, half spells, no traps. So 1 in 2 times you're going to remove a monster, which is always good for your card advantage. And this deck really thrives around a card advantage engine. Just making sure I'm still in shot. Then we play kind of the meat of the deck, triple Assura Priest. As I said, this is Spirit Control. So what would Spirit Control be without spirits? Assura Priest is really great, 1700, it's alright. And at the end of the turn, it returns to your hand like any other spirit monster. This combined with cards like, Creature Swap, gets really funky. And also this card combined with Full Force Strike, if I can find it, basically becomes an instant Dark Hole, Mirror Force, whatever you want to call it. Bomb your opponent's field and attack with any other monsters you happen to have out. This deck is all about slow rolling, taking it steady, building card advantage, and smashing your opponent in big combo plays occasionally to make them lose drastic levels of card advantage when you have the time. Otherwise, you're just 1-for-1ing and things like that. So yeah, triple Assura Priest, it's a really good card for this deck. It's one of the staples. Another staple I play is Dark Dust Spirit. Again, you can creature swap this if they happen to Veiler it. Otherwise, you just get the cool fact that when this guy comes out, you can bomb your opponent's field immediately. You run quite a few engines for this to have its effect go off. So, Dark Dust Spirit is just insanely viable in this deck. So, something you really have to play. Then we play a Monarch engine. We play double Caius and double Riser. I was originally just playing 2 Caius and then 2 Chaos Sorcerers, but because of the fact that the deck runs quite a few varying cards that aren't light and dark, I felt like these would be better than the Chaos Sorcerers because the Chaos Sorcerers just weren't getting out enough. So we play a Monarch engine, and you'll see why these are so valid later on. Well, right now actually. Then, to get the Monarchs out, we play 2 Treeborn Frogs. These are great for Creature Swap, Full Force Strike, Tribute Fodder, all sorts of really great things. That's why I like playing 2 of these. I don't play the Frog engine, I just play 2 Frogs. But the fact that you can draw these, ditch them off of the 1-for-1 we play. I don't actually play Foolish because I don't like Foolish in this deck, but these are incredibly valid, surprisingly. Then I play Triple Fader as part of my hand trap lineup. You'll actually sometimes find me setting this if I have BLS in hand. So I'll just set it so that I can get it into the graveyard, or I'll ditch it off of 1-for-1, or just cool stuff like that. Otherwise, Battle Fader is just an absolutely crazy card because it stops you from losing in so many situations, and it's such a lifesaver card unless you're staring down Dolka. And then we play the Triple Veiler, which is just obligatory. And in a deck like this, it gets you lights. It's a 1, it's a tuner, which lets you make cool stuff like Formula Synchron. So yeah. Then finally we play even more ditchable hand traps in the form of 2 Tragodias, because Tragodia is boss. 1 Gauze, and then for the final monster we play the BLS that I mentioned before. Sorry if there's buzzing in the background, by the way, guys. The camera's sitting right next to a mini fridge, and it's buzzing away right now. It's really loud for me. Then on to the spells. I only play spells. I don't play the traps. I play the Reborn, Dark Hole, Storm, and Book that are obligatory. And then for other one-offs, we play 1-for-1 and Scapegoat. That rounds off the one-offs. We have quite a few 3-offs in the deck, though. I played triple Space Typhoon because this deck needs back row removal because it needs to go off when it's going to go off. It doesn't go off very often. It really does slow roll, but MST is just a really useful card. So, I mean, no other comments there. You just need back row removal. We played triple Duality because the deck special summons in your opponent's turn, really, or just very infrequently, so triple Duality is just really valid. Unless you get into the pieces you need to combo off. Then we play triple Full Force Strike. Again, turns your Assura Priest into a Mirror Force, Dark Hole, whatever you want to call it. Turns your Treeborn Frog into something that can kill BLS. It's just really quite cool, and a lot of people don't see it coming when you summon a small monster or things like that. So it's just a really incredibly valid card, made even more valid by the fact you play frogs, play faders. You can swing with fader using this. So it's just really cool. Then we play, finally, the triple creature swap. Because we play spirits in this deck and Treeborns, creature swap is incredibly valid. It basically lets your opponent do all the work for you, making a big monster, and then you just get to keep it for what is essentially something that's costless. So yeah, that about rounds off the main deck. Onto the extra deck. The extra deck really doesn't matter. You'll only make something out of this maybe one in every 10 games, but I guess you guys will want to see it, so I may as well show you it. Play the 1 Formula Synchron. This is probably the thing you'll make the most off of a Veiler and a Treeborn, especially in games where Veiler's dead against certain situations, against Chaos Dragons, against heroes, things like that. And it helps with the card advantage idea. Armory Arm, because you play low levels. I play Scapegoat, so Catastor, again Scapegoat. Brionac, just in case. Ancient Sacred Wyvern, because we play a Light Tuner. Black Rose Dragon, because standard Black Rose. Stardust, standard Stardust. Thought Ruler Arcfiend, because a lot of decks really lose to this card, long story short. And then finally Mistworm, because shit happens, sometimes you make a 9. And this you don't even need an extra deck for the deck, so you can really just afford to go wild. Like, I play a Utopia, and a Shark Drake, and a Gemknight Pearl. I know full well I will almost never exceed, but they're in there just in case. And then the most likely exceeds I'll ever make, I play 1 Strike Bouncer, 1 Focus Force, or Force Focus, and then 1 number 17 Big Eye, because I play Trigodias and cool stuff like that, and I could control Agors or Reborn Agors. You just never know what's going to happen, and to be honest, number 11 is just really cool. Either way, guys, this has been my rather interesting Spirit Control deck. I really enjoyed playing this deck today. I've been using it at my kind of social locals that we have. We have like a mini get-together on a Friday, the day before locals, between quite a few of the players that actually turned up to locals, and this deck was pretty successful. I only lost once because I misplayed. I should have veilered a Scrap Dragon when I didn't, but otherwise I was pretty happy with how it performed. Let me know what you guys think of this, any changes that you think I should make, and let me know just if you think this is a really interesting deck. It keeps up with the meta really quite well. Has a few hiccups against Chaos Dragons if you don't get your swap cards or your what are they called? Full Force Strikes. If you don't have the ability to remove stuff, then you're in a bit of trouble. But otherwise, it's pretty good. So yeah, I will see you guys in the comment section below with your thoughts about the deck. And otherwise, this has been Jamie the Kid with a Spirit Control deck profile. I'll see you guys pretty soon with some more content. Bye bye.